sidelines and in the stands, and stay physically distant with your family.
All right, and we welcome you to the Natali Family Field for big-time NJ high school football matchup here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Simon Rosenwasser here along for the ride with you as the Hun School of Princeton takes on Paramus Catholic here at Hun. And we are off. It'll be Paramus Catholic who will receive the opening kickoff. Well, something like that as the ball does go out of bounds and a flag comes out. And it'll be good field position for Paramus Catholic as they'll get going just inside the 30-yard line. Team that is 0-1, going down to Don Bosco in their first week matchup, 34-13. And Kai Cologne is the quarterback, 6'3", 205, class of 2022. Sam Martin is the running back for Paramus Catholic that you'll want to keep your eye out on. He's lined up in the slot on the first play, and they look for him. He stumbles and is unable to haul it in. It's an incomplete pass on first down. So Sam Martin, class of 2022 as well. There he is, number 1, 5'11", 185. He is a transfer as well, coming over from Curtis High School on Staten Island. Paramus Catholic, this is a team that plays in one of the best conferences in the entire country. And there's really no hesitation when you do say that. And they'll have a 2nd and 10, and now Martin lined up as the lone back in the backfield. Fake it to him, Cologne rolls left. And Rempel is on him, big Liam Rempel takes him down. It's a big loss as Hun will force a 3rd and very long. Rempel, tight end, defensive end. As we get another look at the end of this play, Rempel, it's not going to be the last time we'll see him make a play this season and probably this game as well. The 37th ranked recruit in the class of 2021. And a future Northern Illinois Husky. And on the edge again, here's another man who's coming in. And it'll be an incomplete pass as it's Kelvin Smith coming flying off the edge to make the play, and it's a quick 3 and out. Smith wearing number 84, switching up his jersey with Luke Sutvin, who's usually number 84, but that is Kelvin Smith. He made sure to come up to the booth to tell us that he's wearing 84, and a good thing he did as he makes a play here in the first quarter. As the kick is away. And it'll be downed inside the 40. So the Hun School of Princeton offense will come out onto the field, and we'll take a look at some of the key players on the Hun offense. Marco Linez, quarterback, offers from UMass, and Mason Ship are the 2 skill players that we're highlighting here. There are plenty more, but this offensive line for the Hun School of Princeton is among the best that really you can ask for at this level. Highlighted by the captain, Kevin Wigington, number 71. And he'll be playing at Michigan State next year, 25th ranked recruit. Handoff up the middle, it's Ahmad Dixon using those big bodies in front of him to get a good chunk of yardage on first down.
Ball carried by number 21, Ahmad Dixon. Good for first down. 1st and 10 on the Raider 49.
Bring up a 1st and 10 from the Raider 49. It's Linez throwing on the run, which he does so well, and he had Owen Anderson, but it's off his mitts and down to the turf. An incomplete pass. Second and 10 from the 49. And off the left side, tackle made in pretty quick time by Asa Neal. Look to get it to Ahmad Dixon there. That first run, by the way, that was Dominic DeLuzio for the Hun School of Princeton. DeLuzio and Dixon both with significant touches in their first week win against the Kiski School. It's Linez throwing on the run again, and he's got Mason Shipp for the first time. Mason Shipp, the future Yale Bulldog. That's 6'1", 180, and he has
1st and 10 on Paramus 40-yard line.
Really come a long way over the last couple of years. And week 1, he looked as dynamic as anyone on the field, both as a returner and, of course, as a route runner. Runs very precise routes. Coach John Whitehead of Paramus Catholic was one of the guys to heap his praises when we spoke before this contest. 1st and 10 from the 40. Linez looks deep. Shipp got it for a touchdown. Right in the basket from Marco Linez. And Willie Mays style, Mason Shipp hauls it in for the first score of the game. One more look. And Mason Shipp with 2 guys on him. More a testament to how well that ball was thrown. 2-point conversion. It's a run up the middle, and it is no good. As the Paladins are able to halt Hun on the 2-point try, but a 40-yard pass and catch from Marco Linez to Mason Shipp, and it's the Hun School of Princeton on the board first. We'll take a quick audio break, take a breath. We'll come back for more first quarter action between Hun and Paramus Catholic. Linez to Shipp. And Hun on the board on their home field. 6-0 start. Little pooch kick. It's brought in by Lewis Fry. Fry going east to west, and he cannot turn upfield as Ben Romano, the big captain, number 7, makes the play. And once again, the Paladins will start within their own 30-yard line. Ben Romano had a nice article written about him in the Times of Trenton recently, this past week. One of the returning members of this Hun School of Princeton team, a junior and a captain, which speaks to the leadership of a specific player. If not even a senior, and he's leading the squad. And Ben Romano makes the play on the field that time. They're going to give to Sam Martin, and Martin with a hard-earned 4 yards. Michael Gavin makes the play for Hun. Sam Martin, 4-star recruit on Rivals, and a transfer from Staten Island. After this next play, we'll take a look at the players to watch for this Paramus Catholic offense. Second and 5 upcoming. On the draw, it's Martin. And there's big Gavin Forsha, who's in the middle there for the Hun School of Princeton to make the play. And it's a minimal gain of 1.5 on second down. Let's take a look at those players to watch offensively for this Paramus Catholic team. Kai Colon and Sam Martin, 6'3", 205, both transfers this year. Kai Colon looking to get on the notice of a lot of colleges with the competition in non-public Group 4, coming from Minnesink Valley, and Sam Martin taking the handoff from Colon, going right side, and he's going to be just shy of that first down yardage. And early decision time here for Coach Whitehead with a 4th and 1.5. It's a long one. And it looks like the Paladins are going to keep their offense on the field here. 5 minutes gone by, or approaching 5 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Simon Rosenwasser here with you on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. And they're going to come out in the gun on 4th down. Once again, Sam Martin, he's got the first down and more, just shy of midfield. Wrapped up by Tyler Jamison. But it'll move the chains. Good blocking up front for this Paramus Catholic team.
1st and 10 on the 47.
Coach Whitehead, 3rd season coaching Paramus Catholic, 6-15 overall. He's had to rebuild over the last couple of years. A lot of talent that went out the doors in Paramus. There's movement up front. This is going to go against the Paladins.
False start on Paramus, 5-yard penalty.
So 1st and 15.
1st and 10 on the 42.
Ball at the 42-yard line. Cologne once again in the gun. 3 receivers. Lewis Fry, number 13, is on the far side. They're going to go up the middle, and they've got their man in Eric O'Neill. And O'Neill lost the football. Tried to grind for those extra 10 yards, and O'Neill coughed it up. Big 6'3", 225 pounds. And it is the Hun School of Princeton coming up with a huge turnover, the first of the game. What a momentum swing as Gavin Forsha makes the play. Big linebacker versus tight end battle there, and Forsha wins out number 4-4.
Hun refuses the penalty and takes the ball.
So Hun will take back on offense, starting at their own 21. Ahmad Dixon comes out as the running back. Marco Linez behind him. And the receivers are on the near side of the formation with Mason Ship in the slot. It's Dixon who got tripped up in the backfield, and that will result in a loss on the play.
Ball carried by number 20.
take a look at the fumble once again.
Yeah, no, it's all
2-yard loss.
that's my number right there.
Tackle was made by number 60, Montoya. Second and 12.
Okay, a look at that in a little bit. Second and 12. On the run, Linez got Romano. And a positive gain on second down will wipe out the negative gain on first down. In fact, it's enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 across the 30-yard line. Ben Romano's first touch on offense. We saw him make a big special teams stop.
1st and 10.
And Romano will mark his spot as a receiver on the near side of the field. On offense, looks at Todd Smith, head football coach here at the Hun School of Princeton, before they take their marks. Linez, hands, Dixon, hard running. Brought down by a number of Paladins, including Miles Mitchell.
Second and 4 for the Raiders.
Take a look at some of the defensive players to watch for the Paramus Catholic Paladins when we get a moment. Do so after this play. Second and 4. It's another handoff. And this time, it's Billy Goodetti.
Number 3, Goodetti.
Good change of pace.
Good for a first down.
And it is good for a first down.
Tackle made
So
by
approaching
number
4 minutes
57,
left.
Brown. 1st and 10 for
Take
the
a look
Raiders.
at those players to watch defensively for Paramus Catholic. Miles Mitchell, 71 offers on the table, 6'4", 230. And Marquise Cooper, phenomenal secondary player. Took the opening kickoff for a touchdown last week against Don Bosco. Here, 2 guys that will certainly be on the mind of Hun as they set up a screen, and there's a lot of room. If Goodetti can shed the first man, he cannot. Good play, Nick Cromie. Nick Cromie, the linebacker, makes the play for Paramus Catholic. 5'10", 205. And it's a good thing he did for the Paladins' sake, as Goodetti may have been off to the races there if he broke that one tackle.
Personal foul against Paramus.
However, there is a personal foul on the play. Might have been on that Cromie tackle. And Hun will get a fresh set of downs into Paramus territory. 3:26 to play first quarter. Here's somebody upset that it was a head-to-head call, so that might have been the personal foul penalty there, as Linez, with flags on the field, does complete. And it's Kelvin Smith who had that big sack. Smith comes in, makes a play as a tight end, but the flags on the field would
Kelvin Smith is wearing number 84.
probably indicate that it is a hold. It is, as you see the call made, and this one's coming way back. Bring up a 1st and 20. Well, depending on where they spot it, it is a spot foul holding at the high school level here. So because that foul occurred so far behind the line of scrimmage, the new line of scrimmage, as we do get another look on the replay here. And there's the hold. Great job by Dylan DeSimone, our director, getting that replay on there. And it is Kevin Wigginton, the star right guard, right tackle for the Hun School of Princeton, who's the guilty party. Owen Anderson, though, gonna wipe away the penalty yardage. Owen Anderson, looking end zone. He's gonna be taken down just short, out of bounds. And Hun knocking on the door again. Anderson catching the first touchdown of the season for the Hun School of Princeton. And we get one more look at the protection. Linez delivers, finds the soft spot, and Owen Anderson, a physical receiver, breaks one tackle and gives the Raiders a good chance to score here on 1st and goal from the 5. It's Guidetti, left side, Guidetti. Strong running into the end zone, touchdown.
Touchdown.
6 foot 200, the senior linebacker, and Hun up 12-0. Take a look at the left side of this line. Gavin Forsha in there making a block, but really that is Guidetti with his pure strength, able to outmuscle Oliver Cruz for Paramus Catholic. So now 12-0 and a 2-point conversion try. And a little trickery here as it is Linez looking to receive that pass from Ben Romano.
2:17 left in the first quarter. Raiders 12.
Let's take one more look at that one. Little Philly coming out here in the first quarter at the Hun School of Princeton, but well, the Raiders didn't execute like the Eagles did in Super Bowl 52, but Marco Linez does lead the Raiders to a 12-0 lead here in this first quarter. 2:17 to play. We'll take a quick break. .217 to play in the first quarter. We've got 2 touchdowns on the board for the Hun School of Princeton. Mason Ship catching the first one from Marco Linez, and the second a 5-yard touchdown run for Billy Guidetti. No 2-point conversions for Hun, although they tried twice. It's Lewis Fry on the return for Paramus Catholic. And that ball might have come out at the end. Hun saying they haven't. Haven't seen anything official from the referee here, but this would be a back-breaking penalty for Paramus Catholic after going down 2 scores, and the indication is a fumble and a recovery for Hun. It came out well late, but Hun pretty confident they had it. No argument from Lewis Fry, and so the 2 biggest plays for Paramus Catholic offensively have ended up in fumbles by the Paladins. By the end of the play, Tyler O'Neill had Paramus within the Hun 30-yard line, and he fumbled after a big 40-yard reception. And there Lewis Fry fumbling after a good return. Ahmad Dixon breaking off 1 tackle, but then a couple more Paladins come in to take him down, including Chris Field. Ahmad Dixon, 5'11", 200. And it's a 2-yard gain to make it 2nd and 8. Empty backfield. Romano coming in a little close, lining up as a tight end. 3 receivers right side. I'm going to try this same play. It's Romano throwing for Kelvin Smith. A big Kelvin Smith running on the outside.
Pass intended for Smith, incomplete.
And it's Romano who overshoots him. Well, Hun really stubborn with these flea flickers and end arounds in the early going here. We get one more look. You see Romano coming in tight. Obviously that by design. Pocket was clean. Just wasn't necessarily delivered where Romano wanted it. 3rd and 9. Linez. Deep for Romano. He's got it inside the 5. Perfectly thrown ball by Marco Linez, the sophomore quarterback, dropping him in here in this first quarter. And Ben Romano, well, he might be better off sticking a catch on the football when he's got number 4 throwing to him. Look at this delivery. Kind of falling away, too, and that ball is just perfectly placed. So in the final minute of play of the first quarter, it's Hun with a chance to eclipse 20. Linez, quick throw. Ship's got it for the touchdown.
2-point conversion complete. Number 10, Mason Ship.
Well, that was the score for the Hun School of Princeton. Bill Quirk, the PA announcer here, thinking that Hun had scored on the previous play, but that was the touchdown. Throw and catch, Linez to Ship, and Mason Ship already with 5 touchdowns on the young season. There he is, number 10. So it's 18-0. As Ship's got 2 touchdowns today. Unless they called that back. Was there a penalty I didn't see? I believe this is the 2-point conversion. And it is 18-0, and this is the 2-point conversion. They finally fixed the score on the scoreboard here at Natale Family Field. Linez on the run, and the play is made. He was looking for Ship, but a good paw there by Nate Pina. The defensive back. Hun is 0 for 3. That's pretty much the only knock on their performance so far here in this first quarter. 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions, but they've got 3 touchdowns on the board. 2 catches from Mason Ship, 1 short, 1 long. A 5-yard run for Billy Guidetti, and this is the recent touchdown that we just saw to make it 18-0. This was the 2-point conversion. You can see a little bit of daylight there. And you see Mason Ship at the end saying, I want that ball high. Ship, one thing that we have noticed over the last couple of weeks is his ability to sky in the air. We've seen him in the Mid-Atlantic Prep League the last few years with the Petty School, and he's certainly been explosive, but this year it does look like he has tapped into an extra gear. Good for the Hun School of Princeton, good for Yale University. We've got to look at the Paramus Catholic sideline. John Whitehead, the coach. Athletic Director Scott Langen. Good deep kick, fielded inside the 5 by Sam Martin, and looks like the referee's just going to call a touchback, which I'll be honest with you, I don't really understand. Sam Martin had every intention to bring that out, and I don't know if that is a new rule where if the ball is kicked into the end zone, then an automatic touchback is called. At least that's how the referees called it that way. I don't believe that's the way it should be, as Sam Martin wanted to return that and had some room. Anyway, it'll be probably a break for Hun as Paramus Catholic will start from the 20-yard line. Cologne calls somebody in motion. It's Jamel Carter. And the ball is on the ground again. Hun School has it. 3rd turnover in the first quarter by the Paladins. And the Raiders take over again in Paramus Catholic territory, and furthermore inside the red zone. Wasn't sure if that fumble came out on the exchange. It looks like it might have with Sam Martin. And you see number 62 in Michael Gavin coming away with
Michael Gavin on the recovery.
the
First
recovery.
and 10 to the Raiders.
So under 10 seconds now left. All Hun School of Princeton. First and 10 from the 18. A handoff to Guidetti. And Billy Guidetti cannot turn the corner. With him step for step, Lewis Fry. Does gain about 3 yards. And we'll see if Hun gets one more play off. The clock did stop at 1.9. Guidetti comes off. Empty backfield here on this second down.
I think it was freshman. I feel like I remember we had first name Shav.
It's Dixon on the bubble screen. Final play of the quarter. Ahmad Dixon with a flag out.
Pass caught by Dixon. Flag on the play.
Grinds for a gain of 3. It's going to be a hold against the Hun School of Princeton, so that'll bring them back to a second and long as we start the second quarter of play. They will switch sides of the field. Great performance by the home team. 18-0, Hun leading Paramus Catholic. We'll see if they do run another play before the end of the quarter or whether they will run this second down at the beginning of the second. You'd think that they would just start at the beginning of the second, but what do I know? I'm just a broadcaster, so 0 seconds on the clock, and somehow they're running a play. An untimed down. You don't see it often, but here we are. Second down and long, Linez with a clean pocket, now throws on the run, incomplete, and now we head to the second quarter. It'll be a third and long to start the second frame. 18-0, Hun School of Princeton all over Paramus Catholic. 3 turnovers have helped the Raiders to the lead. They've got the ball at the 30 of Paramus Catholic when we return to the Play-by-Play Sports Network. We welcome you back to Natali Family Field, live here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Simon Rosenwasser here with you. Our entire Play-by-Play Sports Network crew. An 18-0 Hun School of Princeton lead as the Raiders will start moving left to right in their sharp black jerseys. Linez looking for Anderson across the middle, and just in time. He floated it in there. And Nate Pina was in the area, but Anderson hauls it in for the catch and a first down on 3rd and long. Well, no, check that. That's going to bring up a 4th and short. He is just short of that first down marker. Remember the penalty that wiped away a big gain for Hun.
4th and 2.
And set them up with a 2nd and long, then 3rd and long, and here's the 3rd and long once again. And we'll break out of this replay. As here we are live, 4th and 2, a handoff to Dixon. He's caught from behind. He is not going to get there. It looks like he is short. Hun thinks they have it, but this is going to be close. We have not seen an official ruling from the referee. And as the announcers often say, it'll depend on the spot. Just shy of the 9-yard line. Excuse me, just shy of the 8-yard line. And they've got to get to the 7.5. They're going to stop to measure this one. And we'll see if we can get a look at where this ball should be. Again, that ball from that replay, from where Dixon was taken down, would be to the left of that yellow line, which marks the soccer field. The marking looks as if that ball is marked past the yellow line. So it looks like, to me, that Hun might have gotten a favorable spot here. Still might not be enough. It's not. First down, Paramus Catholic. What a huge stop for the Paladins to mitigate this most recent turnover. Story so far has been the turnovers by Paramus Catholic. 2 of them turned into touchdowns the other way for the Hun School of Princeton. And this most recent turnover, deep within their own territory, able to come up with the big stop on 4th down. Now, Hun does not kick, so it was no surprise that Hun was going to go for it there. Last 3 offensive. Wow. So the last 3 offensive plays, and it does seem this way. It's not shocking to hear it. The last 3 offensive plays run for Paramus Catholic have all been fumbles. Now it's Martin running in his own end zone. And once again, the ball comes out. Another fumble. 4 straight offensive plays with a fumble. And this one, though Paramus Catholic will get the ball back, they're going to have a 2nd and long, as Hun was not fooled on the edge. Within the 5-yard line. Let's get one more look. Do want to get in the hands of number 1. He is their playmaker, but Rempel, who sealed that edge, forced them backwards, and then tripped up in the end zone by Dominic DeLuzio. So Rempel and DeLuzio combined for the defensive play. 2nd and long inside their own 5-yard line. Paramus Catholic will have a QB keeper. It's Cologne, the first time he's kept it, and it's a good run for him. Just shy of the 20-yard line, and might be enough for a first down on that play. Kai Cologne. And the transfer from Minnesink Valley High School, Syracuse University, keeping close eyes on him. UConn Temple also eyeing this young quarterback prospect. He's coming off a sophomore season with over 1,400 passing yards and 14 touchdowns. Rushed for 600 yards as well, 11 touchdowns, 4.0 GPA. Got a good quarterback. Number 12 behind center takes it and hands off to Sam Martin. Martin, good chunk yardage on first down. Gavin Forsha makes the play in the middle of the field, but not after 8 yards by Sam Martin. Martin, not only is he a phenomenal football player, but he's got a great GPA. And has done some really great charity work that we'll mention in a bit. And a throw to the far side, complete to Fry. And it's a first down across the 35-yard line. Lewis Fry makes the play. Guy that the Paladins think should be breaking out. Didn't play well as a team in the second half of last Friday night's game, or last Saturday's game, against Don Bosco. This is a guy that they will be relying on the offensive side of the ball. Will be their best skill position option. First touch of the game and a burst of speed for Jamel Carter. It's the best that the Paladin offense has looked thus far. 5'7", 175. A little smaller of a body than Sam Martin. And you see number 3 taking a breather on the sideline as number 1 comes back into play on a 2nd and 2. Opening minutes of the second quarter. Paramus Catholic unable to hang on to the football much here in this first half, but have something moving here. They've moved 50 yards already on the drive, though they'll go backwards a yard or two there. Sam Martin unable to get around with Tyler Jamison, number 20, making the play. One more look. The big bodies up front. Man, just taking a look at that replay and the battle of the trenches going on, you would not be thinking you're watching a high school football game. You got bodies flying around everywhere, and Tyler Jamison, the most recent one, to make a play on defense. 3rd and 3. Cologne on the keeper this time. Not much room. He might have gotten 6 inches. But there was a wall up front. I believe led by Michael Gavin. Number 62, Michael Gavin, plugging up the hole there. Bring up a 4th and 3, and, well, we've got another choice here for Paramus Catholic, and it looks like Cologne's going to stay on the field down 18 points. This is not a game where being conservative is in your best interest. You've got to convert on these short yardage opportunities when you have them. And they won't snap this play before the Hun School of Princeton calls a timeout. So timeout Hun, 18-0, 6:58 to play in the second. And Todd Smith in the Hun School of Princeton, who's just on the perimeter of this huddle. There's Todd, walking in on the right side, 7th season, 46-5 career record here at Hun. 109-27 overall. He spent 8 years at West Windsor, Plainsboro South, and did yeoman's work there. And as far as the Mid-Atlantic Prep Leagues is concerned, here in 2020, the Raiders are the only show in town. And they are a good show to watch, no doubt. And putting on a performance against a quality Paramus Catholic side who, well, they've got their work cut out for them each and every week, going up against the likes of Bergen Catholic, Don Bosco, and others. 4th and short, and Cologne is in trouble. Kai Cologne is stacked up by Romano, but not until he gets the first down yardage. Kai Cologne, good running, the quarterback, having to escape and then shows some strength at the end of the play to fall forward. Huge play for the Paladins. And we get one more look, starting with the snap here. See the pressure being threatened by Hun. Jake Allen got in there very quickly. Future Northern Illinois Husky. And now it's 1st and 10. Good work by Cologne. He hands off to Sam Martin on 1st down. Martin shedding a tackle and then getting inside the 45. Oh, check that. That was number 3 on the carry. Jamel Carter starting to take some touches away from Sam Martin. Looked good on his first carry and getting another chance to play. Though it's Martin lined up as a running back and Jamel Carter lined up in the slot. Cologne finds an open man, and it's Eric O'Neill who's hit, but not until he gets first down yardage. Eric O'Neill moves the chains. Remember, O'Neill had that big 40-yard catch early on in the half. As we get another look at this play. And a strong hit delivered by Tyler Jamison, the DB. And O'Neill making sure that he hangs on to the football this time after fumbling on his first touch, albeit after a, again, 40-yard gain. It did lead to a touchdown for the Hun School of Princeton. Under 5 to play here in the second quarter. 1st and 10, Paramus Catholic. And on the carry is Jamel Carter. And he's tripped up in the backfield by Billy Gadetti. Oh, getting their first. Shuhao Zhang. Second and 11. Low snap. Cologne steps up. Cologne reverses field, picks up a block, and Kai Cologne's inside the 20-yard line. Tyler Jamison eventually takes him down, but it's the legs of Kai Cologne moving Paramus Catholic here on this drive. Once he stepped up, it looked like Cologne had nothing on his mind except running this football. Good change of direction. Picked up a nice block. I believe that was Lewis Fry, the receiver, springing him. Three and a half to play, first half. 1st and 10, Cologne takes the snap, hands to Martin, and Rempel is in there to make the play. Zhang also there. Minor gain. Good pace to this one. As the clock moves within 3 minutes. Paladins would love to put some points on the board. Struggles offensively here in the first half. Not on this drive. They were within their own 5-yard line to start. After a big 4th down stop on defense. Now it's Cologne in trouble. And Houdini Act escapes, throws to the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. Lewis Fry. And Kai Cologne brings Paramus Catholic 95 yards for a touchdown drive, sealed off by this gorgeous throw and a better escape sequence here. Look at this. Almost having him was Michael Gavin. And then on a dime, the throw is made, the catch is made, and now the extra point is also good. And Paramus Catholic is on the board, put through by Christian Gaviria. And a very heartening drive for the Paladins. Makes it 18-7. Just when you thought that the Hun School of Princeton might impose their will here in this one, do not count out the Paladins coming from Paramus. And one more look at the touchdown as Cologne can feel the pocket breaking down. And on the run, he's got Lewis Fry, who had the one-on-one battle won with Tyler Jamison. So for the first time, I believe all game, it'll be Paramus Catholic kicking off to Hun. Now, Hun will receive the second half kickoff. And wow, this is booted. Well deep. And an impressive kick there from Sebastian Lupinski. Two kickers on the roster. It's Lupinski, who just booted that through the end zone for the touchback, and Christian Gaviria, who knocked through the extra point. So what a swing here as John Whitehead's Paramus Catholic Paladins were on the verge of going down 24-0, even 26-0. But on a 4th and 2, they halt the Hun School of Princeton, receive the ball deep in their own territory. But by far the most impressive drive of the game for Paramus Catholic's offense puts them on the board. And now we're, instead of a 4-score game, back to a 2-score game. I'm going to set up a screen here to Ahmad Dixon. And wow, Dixon stays on his feet for an extra 5 yards. He gets through the first tackle of Lewis Fry. And Dixon looking good, coming off an injury last year. Fresh legs, an explosive player for Hun, and versatile too as he goes and lines up as a receiver. Kelvin Smith is lined up as a receiver as well on the far side of the field. Linez has 5 receivers, no tight ends, and an empty backfield. Linez has time, looks middle. Anderson's got it, and Owen Anderson is off to the races for another Hun Raiders score. 73 yards, Linez to Owen Anderson. And how about that quick response from the Hun School of Princeton? One more look, and we even had Owen Anderson pre-snap in our shot. Running a seam right up the middle. And Anderson with another touchdown for the Hun School of Princeton. Another touchdown pass by Marco Linez. He is looking really, really good, the quarterback. Under center this time, he hands off for the 2-point try. And Billy Guidetti is in there for the 2-point try. That is good. And the Hun School of Princeton, well, just like that, took 2 plays to get back into the end zone with 1:40 left. It's a 26-7 Hun lead over Paramus Catholic. It's the first 2-point conversion made for Hun, and Guidetti gets in there. So well done by the Hun School of Princeton, and there is the head man, Todd Smith. Done a phenomenal job at the helm of the program. 7 years. You're coaching this football program. Countless Maple championships. And commands a ton of respect from not only those here on campus, but throughout the state of New Jersey and the greater football world as well. And throwing up 26 points here in the first half. Raiders team last week against Kiski, we thought, man, it's going to be tough for anybody to stop them. But we were still very curious to see how they would match up with a Super Football Conference team in the Paramus Catholic Paladins. Team that is not going to be scared of the size that Hun throws at you. And the Raiders clearly up to the task. 1:40 to play here in the first half. Little pooch kick. Gathered in by Marquise Cooper. First time we've heard Marquise Cooper's name. He's been a little quiet. He did bring a kick back for a touchdown, and just by the way that he gave that football away after getting tackled, you can tell some frustration is starting to set in here for Paramus Catholic as, wow, Tyler Jameson, man, he has been all over the place. And he makes the play, maybe a little extra shove. You have to be sure when Marquise Cooper has the ball that get that guy down to the ground because he can make you pay if you don't. 1st and 10 from the 30, and Sam Martin is wrapped up. Michael Gavin on the play. Big number 62 has been breaking through the lines, and he makes a play in the backfield again. Bring up a 2nd and long. Just 3 men down that time, and look at Gavin shoving off 2 blocks there with Dominic DeLuzio coming in to help. Yeah, you can afford to have 3 down linemen when you've got the guys on the line that Hun does. Rempel, Gavin, and Jake Bingham as well. But it's Kai Cologne, and this has been the most successful piece of the Paramus Catholic offense, Cologne's legs. But the Paladins have to hurry, 44 seconds left and counting. 1st and 10 from the 44. On the option, they're going to give to Sam Martin, who does find the hole along the right side, and he is into Hun territory, but the clock ticks inside 30 seconds. Not sure how many timeouts Paramus Catholic has, but it is a good time to take one, and they will. We'll take a quick audio break after we take a look at this replay here from Sam Martin. Getting around Rempel, and the hurdle across midfield. Play made by Keyshawn Johnson. And we'll take a quick audio break. We'll come back with the final 26 seconds. .26 seconds, or just shy of it, left here in the first half. It's a 2nd and short for Paramus Catholic. Down big, and it's Cologne. Has to run again, and kudos to him for finding some open green and getting out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. 17 seconds left. Now, we just saw a couple of kickers do some good things for Paramus Catholic, so a field goal might not be out of the question. Saw a big leg from Sebastian Lupinski on the kickoff, and we saw Christian Gaviria, both listed as kickers on the roster. Gaviria made the extra point, but there's 17 seconds left, so probably another shot at the end zone, or at least another chunk play. In high school football, the clock stops after a 1st down, so you do have the benefit of using the entire field here at the end of a quarter. Cologne, little shovel to Jazair Hubbard, and Hubbard gives it back to Cologne, who was tackled, I think, in bounds, but they stopped the clock for the spot. And that was a good throw there from Jazair Hubbard. And let's take another look at the replay here. How about the throw from Hubbard? And Cologne coming and running the route on the near side. Great throw, great catch by the quarterback in Kai Cologne, and now there's a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. There's 8 seconds left. It does seem that Paramus Catholic has 1 timeout left, according to the scoreboard on site here. So there should be another play here for Paramus Catholic to look at the end zone for a touchdown. Again, they do have the benefit of a couple kickers who have shown that they can probably make the kick from where the ball is spotted now. We'll see what Coach Whitehead wants to do. Your offensive coaches for Paramus Catholic: Steve Ryback, Deshaun Thomas, Brian Smith, and Rob Mayer. And there's Kai Cologne, number 12, who has led this Paramus Catholic offense here in the 2nd quarter to some good showings. A 95-yard touchdown drive, highlighted by a couple of big runs by him. and then sealed off by a nice throw on the run for the touchdown to Lewis Fry. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line, 8.8 on the clock. And Cologne looking end zone. Ball is loose. Cologne's got it back, and now he's running inside the 5. Cologne is just shy of the goal line. Time expires. And that will do it for the first half. Oh, so close as Cologne comes up just shy, and there's no time remaining as Paramus Catholic cannot even call their timeout.
Reminder, please keep your mask on during halftime.
So Cologne, with Kelvin Smith getting in there, Cologne lucky to get that ball back, and the time had expired here, so unless he gets in the end zone, no points on the board at the end of the half for Paramus Catholic, and the Hunt School of Princeton able to stop him short. But a good effort by Kai Cologne, and it certainly is going to be a tough conversation at halftime. Still a lot of football to be played in this one. 26-7, though. It's the Hunt School of Princeton leading Paramus Catholic live here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. We'll be back for the third quarter of play here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Back we come to the Natali Family Field here at the Hunt School of Princeton. Start of third quarter action live on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Simon Rosenwasser here with you. And the Hunt School of Princeton will receive the kickoff here in the third quarter. Billy Guidetti receives at the 10-yard line. Guidetti with a stutter. And Guidetti lost the football. Paramus Catholic has it. So the Paladins with kind of a disappointing end to the half, getting tackled just shy of the goal line. But Nate Pina picks up the fumble from Billy Guidetti. And the Paladins, well, whatever momentum they didn't take from the end of the second quarter, well, maybe they got some here at the beginning of the third. The strip from number 32 and Jaden Morello. And it has been all Paramus Catholic offensively. It seems like they've had possession of the football over the last quarter. Well more than Hun has. Now, of course, Hun scored a touchdown. Took 2 plays to do so in the second quarter. The long pass to Owen Anderson, and that is an incomplete pass. Trying to set up the bubble screen to Jamel Carter. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Mason Ship was there. Ship is there on defense now for the Hun School. You can see that this ball clearly going forward. Ship working through the block of Lewis Fry. The big bodies set up for Paramus Catholic. Patrick Reynolds, the junior center for the Paladins, a young offensive line. Sam Martin through the middle. Martin bottled up for the most part in that first half. Most of the rushing yardage on the ground for the Paladins coming via the legs of Kai Cologne. But here's Martin, who was patient to find that hole. Eden Caprice helping to make it big enough for Martin to run through. 3rd and short. And Sam Martin, first down. Inside the 20. And the Paladins moving here in the first minute of play in the third quarter. Another look, the inside run. And once again, Eden Caprice sealing the block. Now it's Sam Martin on first down from the 19-yard line. And another healthy gain of 9, this time going up the right side. And another look. It's been all number 1 here. Last few plays. Timeout is called here by, I believe, the Hunt School of Princeton, and it is. The Raiders call time as Paramus Catholic comes out strong here in the second half. Raiders fumble the ball with Billy Guidetti. We're going to take a quick audio break. We're going to come back with a couple statistics from what we've seen so far here at Hun. All right, back we come. 2nd and short for Kai Cologne and the Paramus Catholic offense. Inside the 9-yard line, it's Sam Martin on the right side. He's stacked up at the 5. As Keyshawn Johnson makes the play, it is enough for first down yardage, 1st and goal. Another draw run for Sam Martin. And on 1st and goal, this time it's Martin stacked up. Behind the line of scrimmage, a couple of Hun Raiders in there, including Gavin Forsha and the big body of Jake Allen. Jacob Allen, 6'6", 270-pound, four-star recruit, number 74. Got 24 offers already, including being recruited by Steve Sarkisian at Alabama. But this time it's a touchdown run for Paramus Catholic, and Jamel Carter is in the end zone as the Paladins strike first here in the third quarter. It's 26-13. Been having success on the ground on this particular drive. Offensive line doing good things for Paramus Catholic. And now they have a chance for the extra point. It's up, it is good. And the score now 26-14 as Paramus Catholic takes advantage of the fumble. Here's one more look at the touchdown run by Jamel Carter. Listed as a wide receiver, but lining up as a running back here a few times in this game. 5'7", 175, and 6 points for the Paladins. Well, stats so far on the ground for Hun, they only have 20 rushing yards. They rushed 7 times for 20 yards. Marco Lainez, the standout for the Hun School of Princeton in the first half, 10 of 13. We'll see him in a moment. And, well, if Hun can not fumble the ensuing kickoff here. Lainez 10 for 38, 258 yards, 3 touchdowns. 2 of the touchdowns going to Mason Shipp, the other one, a long one, to Owen Anderson. For Paramus Catholic, the story in that first half, 5 fumbles. 3 were lost fumbles. Sam Martin, only 32 yards in the first half. We picked up a good chunk, maybe 10 or 15 on that recent drive. Again, Kai Cologne's legs were what moved Paramus Catholic in the first half. 7 rushes for 89 yards. Hun bobbles again. It's still Billy Guidetti on the ball, and Guidetti will be tackled just shy of the 25-yard line, so Hun's offense will get out onto the field. And Marco Lainez, as see Billy Guidetti shaking his head a bit, a little disappointed that he fumbled that first kickoff of this second half, and not too clean on his second return either. But that said, Hun still with a 12-point advantage, and they're on the football again with Marco Lainez coming behind center. Ahmad Dixon in at running back. And now coming in running as the fullback, Bryce Enlow. With the I formation. Lainez kneels down, takes the snap. Dixon bounces off a would-be tackler and gets to the outside. Ahmad Dixon will move the chains across the 35-yard line. Strong running from Ahmad Dixon. Not the biggest body, but you can tell that he is built well, low center of gravity, a tough man to bring down. And it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 36. First time in a long time, it seems, that Hun has had a chance to kind of set their offense up. See if Paramus Catholic can avoid the big play. And Dixon, a little stumble as he receives, still keeps his balance though, and fights for 9 yards. Hard running from number 21. He is short of first down yardage. He'll stay on the field for a second and about 15 inches. Stumbling and bumbling. Wouldn't be surprised to see Hun keep it on the ground again, though. 2nd and short, the playbook is wide open. Keep it safe, give it to Dixon, and he's got a full yard for the first down. Short run, but enough to move the chains. Brought down by Eric O'Neill. O'Neal on the offensive side of the ball led the Paladins
Raiders on their own 48-yard line.
in receiving 40 yards, though his big reception was a net negative play as he did fumble at the end. Makes the play defensively there. 1st and 10 from the 48. Wishbone formation. And Dom DeLuzio's got a big hole. Only a few carries for DeLuzio in the game. He makes the most of them. Raiders inside Paladin territory.
DeLuzio resulting in a first down for the Raiders. 1st and 10 on Paramus 37-yard line.
So from the 37, a fresh set of downs. It's DeLuzio stumbling across the line of scrimmage. And the tackle made by Chris King. We have not talked about Chris King. 6'3", 235-pound defensive end for Paramus Catholic, committed to Buffalo. Was ranked the 7th best recruit by 24/7 Sports in the state of New York. He's a transfer from Christ the King. Linez with a screen to DeLuzio. And Dom DeLuzio taken down by Eric O'Neal. Good tackle there in an open field by number 9. And O'Neal is going to stop DeLuzio just shy of first down yardage. Hunt selling it well here. The screen was set up and the blockers were out in front. And strength from the upper body of Eric O'Neal taking down that man, Dom DeLuzio. First and 10, as they did grant first down yardage to DeLuzio and the Raiders. Billy Guidetti on the carry, short gain, 2 yards. Biggest key for this Paramus Catholic team defensively, and it came to fruition last week, is their linebacker, number 18, in Miles Mitchell. 6'4", there he is, 230 pounds. 3.8 GPA, the unquestioned leader on this Paladin team. And the defensive side of the ball, more specifically. As to the near side, the pass is complete, but a short gain.
Pass complete to Johnson.
As Keyshawn Johnson makes the catch.
4-yard gain.
But anyway, Miles Mitchell for
30.
Paramus Catholic. He started the game last week against Don Bosco. Had to come out within the first few plays because of back spasms, and that was a huge loss. As Don Bosco was able to run the ball very successfully without the big man and Miles Mitchell in the middle. Looks like Mitchell has stayed on the field and healthy throughout. Here in this one, it's Mason Shipp who's just shy of the end zone. Jump ball with Eric O'Neal, and Mason Shipp will put Hun on the verge of another 6. I'll tell you, Linez, again, with a ton of time. O'Neal came in at the end, but it was really a one-on-one with Marquise Cooper. What a battle there between Shipp and Cooper, though this time it's Lewis Fry tasked with guarding number 10. 1st and goal from the 2. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Hun. It's Billy Guidetti. So Guidetti will get Hun past that 30-point mark, 32-14. Short run.
1-yard carry by number 23.
And a
Billy Guidetti resulting in a touchdown for the Raiders.
nice way for Guidetti to finish the drive after starting this 3rd quarter with that fumble that gave Paramus Catholic its opening touchdown drive of the half. 2-point conversion, jump ball for Shipp. And Lewis Fry wins the battle that time.
Knocked down by number 13, Fryer. 3:52 left in the quarter. Raiders 32, Paramus 14.
Another look at the touchdown. That wishbone formation and the deep back with Guidetti. Enough carnage there for Guidetti to roll through the hole. Zachary Omland among those. There he is, Zach Omland, right on cue, number 70, making part of the block to help Guidetti in. So now Hun with Guidetti there, getting a nice pat on the head, taking an 18-point advantage. As we'll see if the Paladins can respond. It has not been easy each time that Paramus Catholic has gotten in the end zone. Not a ton of big plays down the field, as is the case oftentimes with Hun playing their opponents. They don't give those quarterbacks much time to throw and read the defense, forcing their opponents to run where, well, they don't have much success doing that either, though the Paladins have had some. Their last couple of drives, they've gotten in the end zone for touchdowns as this kick comes out of bounds. A flag will fly, and it'll be good field position for the Paladins. With under 4 minutes to play. Really, Paramus Catholic has played pretty well offensively. I don't know if you could ask for much more. There has been some big plays made, some sacks. Rempel, Kelvin Smith. Tyler Jamison has made plays defensively, but got to be pretty pleased with the performance of Kai Cologne, throwing and running the football. And Sam Martin has been bottled up a little bit to this point. We'll see if he can get going here. Here's Martin. It's tough running each time. Hard-earned 5 yards. And coming up limping after making the play, Sean Childs. Hurry up offense here for Paramus Catholic. Cologne looking. Crosses body, completes. Lewis Fry. Twirled down into enemy territory. Gavin Forsha makes the tackle. Clock will stop with Fry. A little slow to get up. Again, he is one of their more explosive weapons on offense. And certainly in a hurry-up scenario, Fry is going to be targeted a lot, just as he was here on this play. See Forsha making the tackle. And they're working on that right leg of his. Take a quick audio break. Hopefully Lewis Fry can get back on his feet and back into the game here at Hun. Lewis Fry walks off. And And it looks like he will probably work his way back into this game. He'll get looked at the trainer's table on the Paramus Catholic sideline. So for now, no Lewis Fry in offensively for Paramus Catholic. They do have a 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Good football here on a Saturday afternoon. Kai Cologne escaping a couple Raiders, and then a third. Kai Cologne shaking inside the 40-yard line, and Gavin Forsha stays with them. But a 9-yard run for Kai Cologne, who is eclipsing, if he didn't already, 100 yards. He's on his way. He's in the 90s now, had 89 in the first half on 7 carries. And an 8-yard run there will bring up a 2nd and short. Nice run by number 12. Handoff this time to Martin. And Rempel is there, stacking up Sam Martin with Michael Gavin. Big number 80 on the defensive line for the Hun School of Princeton. Gavin is plug in the middle, Rempel on the end. 4 down linemen now for Hun. As Martin does find a seam on the right side of the line. Got a 1st down here to the 30. Approaching 2 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Sam Martin, who, along with his cousin, Staten Island men's basketball coach TJ Tibbs, as Martin takes this carry here, he's going to go out of bounds at the 30. His cousin TJ Tibbs and Sam, they teamed up in an effort to start a mobile food pantry, which consisted of Tibbs and Martin driving around Staten Island, going door to door with scheduled donations, coming in the form of food and finance, giving back to the people of Staten Island last year. Just shows as Martin receives this ball, and he's going to have a 1st down up the left side. Sam Martin is in the end zone, touchdown on cue. Sam Martin for the score. He's a good guy off the field. He's a great football player on it. And Paramus Catholic, with 1:28 to play, is back on the board. It's 32-20. Kick is up. Kick is off the crossbar and no good. So with 1:28 to play, we are back to a 12-point game, but Paramus Catholic, they have scored on each of their last 3 offensive drives. And this one might not be how they drew it up. And this is the Sam Martin run before that set up the touchdown. We'll see if we can get that touchdown potted up. And here it is. And Cologne coming down, and yeah, it wasn't even a pass. It was a lateral. So it'll go down as a run in the books for Sam Martin. And 25 yards, but just as impressive as the run was. How about Kai Cologne going down and still having the presence of mind to get that football away? But can Paramus Catholic stop this Hun School of Princeton Raiders offense? That is the question. Nobody has done it so far. Guidetti trips, and Billy Guidetti will bring this one safely across the 30-yard line. 1:18 to play. And a big drive coming up here for Hun with a 12-point advantage. If you were Hun, were writing a script, would want a long drive that took time off the clock and ended in a score. Well, we'll see how it plays out. Coming out in that I formation. Smith and Ship, the receivers on the near side. And Ahmad Dixon, the running back behind Marco Linez. Not much on first down.
Ball carried by Dixon, brought down by number 5, Bob.
Anthony Singleton makes the carry along with Abdullah Ba. Ba playing outside linebacker. Bring up a 2nd and 9. Final minute of play of the third quarter, but Hunt is already in take your time mode, especially when that clock is rolling. Off play action, open man, Owen Anderson, first down, Raiders.
Pass is complete to Anderson.
Ahmad Dixon getting the fake. And Owen Anderson wide open.
Pass resulted in a first down to the
Those
Raiders.
designed rollouts are looking really comfortable for Marco Linez. Is Anderson holding his hand there? Looks like he might be. His left hand stretching that out. He's going to have to come out of the game. Well, maybe. Thought he was about to head off the sideline. We got one more look. It might have happened on the tackle here as Linez finds Anderson, but that was a pretty big hit. Leading with the shoulder, Lewis Fry, by the way, who's back in there after his injury scare. We have eclipsed the end of the third quarter. So we go to the fourth. It is a 32-20 Hunt School of Princeton lead over Paramus Catholic. This is NJ Football on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. First and 10, Hunt School from just on the other side of the 50-yard line. Here comes the pressure. They run through it, and Ahmad Dixon lowering his shoulder. Eric O'Neill jumping on his back to try to bring him down.
Ball carried by
Ahmad Dixon looking like he has hit the weight room in the offseason.
ball carried by Enlow, brought down by number
Hard earned 8 yards.
There's an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. Dixon staying in the game at running back. And all of the heads looking at the near sideline where Todd Smith shouts out the play call. Owen Anderson lined up as a tight end on this play. They'll run up the middle on a counter, and Dixon
Ball carried by
darts forward for a gain of 2.
First down to the Raiders.
And the chains
Tackle was by
should
Wood.
move, and they are moving.
First and 10 to the Raiders on Paramus 38-yard line.
So Dixon looking like he is the first option to play that closer role for the Hunt School of Princeton. Of course, I'm sure we'll see Dom DeLuzio and Billy Guidetti at some point again, given the opportunity. First and 10. Receivers on the other side of the field now. And Dixon will run to that side. Ahmad Dixon dragged down across the 35-yard line. Once again, Lewis Fry in there on the tackle.
Ball carried by Dixon.
And how about the hole sealed there? Number 74 in Jake Allen. And we mentioned Jake Allen, the #2 overall recruit in the class of 2022. 6'6", 270 on the left side, and Ahmad Dixon was happy to run behind him. You know what's weird about number 21? He's got 20 on his shoulder. I just noticed that. When we get another look at Ahmad Dixon, we'll look at that. Here's Linez throwing on the run, and Ben Romano goes up for it. Touchdown, Hun Raiders. Fourth touchdown of the contest for Marco Linez. Ben Romano a little gimpy, but he does do the job as he brings it in for another Hun Raiders score. It's 38-20. Now, if you are that upset after a touchdown catch, it probably means you tweak something, especially considering that Romano brought that in and looked good doing it. 18-point lead, the captain. Give it to Guidetti on the 2-point conversion, and Hun officially doubling up Paramus Catholic, 40-20. 9:33 left in this one. And the captain, Ben Romano, makes it a 20-point lead for the Hun School of Princeton. We take one more look at Romano skying for the score. Yeah, Ben Romano caught a touchdown, ran for a touchdown last week, catching a touchdown this week. They love him here at the Hun School of Princeton. He's their do-it-all guy. He plays corner, plays safety, plays receiver. And Ben Romano saying to the papers over the week that the Hun School of Princeton goal this year is to go undefeated, not lose a game. Their mentality on defense, not to let up any points. And they're going to keep the same mentality each and every play, just hammer away. He's a good guy to have in your locker room. And, of course, Hun, happy to have him captaining here in 2020. .9:33 to play here in the fourth quarter, and Paramus Catholic getting to critical time now, especially considering how difficult it's been to score quickly against this Hun defense. And Lewis Fry now on the sideline, so we'll see if they'll let Kai Cologne air the ball out at all. Drive starts at the 40. Pocket breaking down. Martin on the screen. And great defensive play. And the pursuit from Keyshawn Johnson. He read that from a mile away. Johnson was well downfield, but when the play broke down and the screen became the only option, from well off screen, it's Johnson who pounces, and a textbook tackle behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 3. Johnson coming over from the Petty School alongside Mason Ship. Martin will get those yards back and more. A 13-yard run on 2nd down will move the chains. And right at midfield, it'll be a 1st and 10. Martin, who scored the last touchdown for Paramus Catholic, gets the last couple of touches on this drive for the Paladins. It's an option here, and Kai Cologne is sharing possession of that football. He steps out of bounds after a 10-yard run, but that was a weird one as it was a tug of war between Jamel Carter and Kai Cologne. Look at this. Who wants the ball? Cologne says, I want it more. And now Cologne with that run is over 100 yards on the game, on the ground. Though, as I said that, there was a flag that did come out, and it was a personal foul against Paramus Catholic. So the yards do count in the stat book for Kai Cologne, but field position will not be helped as they come back to their own 47. 8:18 to play here in the fourth quarter, being a 1st and 10.
First and 10, Paramus, under 47.
Cologne rolling, flag comes out, holding penalty probable, but Cologne still moving up the field and taken out of bounds by Gavin Forsha. Another look at the white hat. It is a hold against Paramus Catholic, and a 1st and 20-ish coming up, depending on where the foul occurred. Another look, see if we can see where this hold occurred. Probably along that right side. Second and 27 officially is the foul occurred 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Excuse me, 1st and 27. So the Paladins going backwards. A couple big penalties, a holding and a personal foul. Now it's Cologne looking downfield. And it is broken up by Dom DeLuzio. Trying to get it to Eric O'Neill, but DeLuzio able to get that left hand up there to knock it away.
25, DeLuzio. 2nd and 27.
A look at the play here from DeLuzio. There was a soft spot there, but DeLuzio making himself big. Fake the handoff. Cologne with Rempel there. Got it away, but Jamel Carter could not haul it in across his body. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and a mile, 3rd and 27. So 27 yards now and 2 downs to pick up those 27 yards for Paramus Catholic. Otherwise, Hun might be able to coast its way to a 2-0 start to 2020. And Paramus Catholic on the verge of dropping to 0-2, albeit a, well, tough schedule, which is always the story for a team playing in Paramus's division. Cologne, he's been real slippery today, and he's got a man wide open down the field, but he just overshot him. Jamel Carter couldn't get there. Oh, so close to a huge touchdown catch for Jamel Carter. And Cologne threw a good ball. They found the one-on-one matchup down the field. But it has been impressive to watch Kai Cologne traverse through this pressure that Hun has consistently thrown his way. Little bit of an overthrow, but it's hard to blame him for that. Paramus Catholic will send out the punt unit on 4th and 27. Mason Ship back to return. It's Alfonso Lombardi, backup quarterback, in there to punt. And a lefty boot gets up there in the wind. Ship receives at the 25, bobbles. And Ship brought down by Lewis Fry and company. Also Elijah Rose in there on the stop. Raiders take back the football on offense, 6:53 to play in the fourth.
40-yard punt by Paramus.
And a 40-yard punt by Paramus Catholic as Mason Ship will trot back out onto the field. Well, I guess he never left after the punt return. First and 10 from just inside the 30-yard line. Hun has scored on each and every one of its possessions. Marco Lainez, 4 touchdown passes today. High snap, Lainez still able to deliver it cleanly to his running back, Ahmad Dixon. It's a 4-yard gain. Miles Mitchell makes the stop. Hun put up 68 points last week against the Kiski School. Now a 40 spot on the board against Paramus Catholic. And this offense, again, has not been stopped. Running game strong, throwing game strong. The leadership has been there from the quarterback position as well for Marco Lainez. He hands off to Dom DeLuzio on second down. Going to bring up a 3rd and 3. And Hun plenty content to let that clock move. Wishbone formation on 3rd and 3. Billy Guidetti gets the carry. Guidetti out of bounds just shy of midfield. And Guidetti will give a fresh set of downs to Hun. Just a foot race there as Guidetti beats Nate Pina. Play might have been set up for going inside the left tackle, but Guidetti was able to get the edge. Todd Smith lets the clock tick inside 5 minutes. Timeout, Hun. There's Todd Smith talking it over with Kevin Wigginton II. There's big number 71, the senior, 6'6", 290. Yeah, Todd Smith is a big man, but look at Kevin Wigginton. He is even bigger than Coach Smith. And Wigginton heading to Michigan State next year. This offensive line has always been a key to the success of the Hun School of Princeton football team, and this year, maybe even more so than others, got themselves a bona fide front. Jake Bingham, who missed his junior season due to an ACL injury, a Virginia Beach native. He's replaying his class of 22. He's in the class of 2022, and he's replaying that junior season. It's garnering interest from programs, but did visit Princeton officially. On the offensive line, of course, we've mentioned Jake Allen. We haven't mentioned Brandon McKinnon, who's committed to Northern Illinois. He's the 46th overall class of 2021 recruit. Pretty much everyone on the front line for Hun is going to be playing at the next level and at good programs as well. False start against Hun out of the timeout. It's going to bring up a 1st and 15. 4:42 to play. Ben Romano comes to the near side. Gets a round of applause from the crowd. He's looking like he's stretching out his right leg on the sideline. The captain. Man in motion, it's Kelvin Smith. The handoff's to Ahmad Dixon, and Dixon's going to take it to the house. Burst of speed up the middle, and another score for the Raiders. 58 yards for Ahmad Dixon. So take a look at Ahmad Dixon. This is something that I wanted to mention earlier. Dixon's got the number 21 on the front of his jersey, but look at his shoulder pad. Does that not say 20? It certainly does. I'm looking at who's number 20 on the roster for the Hun School of Princeton. That's Tyler Jamison. His right shoulder says 21. The back of his jersey says 21. But if you're looking at his left shoulder pad, we might call him Tyler Jamison. 46-20 after the run by Dixon. 2-point conversion, good. Mason Shipp, easy enough. Ooh, and Shipp comes up limping. Right hamstring, looks like. We'll replay that touchdown here. Mason Shipp gonna go get a drink of water on the sideline. Ahmad Dixon, best run of the game. And he has been looking good even before that point. 48-20, this Hun Raiders team, as strong as it gets, and I don't think this team would be shy going up against any team at the high school level, probably in the entire country. Well, that might be a little hyperbolic, but this team is as talented as you can ask for. Nice little beauty shot here at the Natali Family Field at the Hun School of Princeton. Big shout out to our crew here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Dylan DeSimone, our director. Ethan Carpenter on camera. Kyle Castoria on camera as well. Simon Rosenwasser here with you. And a gorgeous day for football. Overcast all day. The temperature, though, for a mid-October day, you can't really ask for much more. We're still wearing short sleeves. Sun's starting to peek out here in the fourth quarter. But in the broadcasting world, as long as the rain stays away, we are happy, and hopefully I didn't jinx it there. We still have 4.5 minutes to go. So the Paladins now down by 28. Might have a new quarterback coming in to the fray. Jazair Hubbard will be behind center, and it won't be the first time that Hubbard has touched the ball from the quarterback position, or at least thrown the ball today. He had a reverse that he threw to Kai Colon, the starting quarterback. But now Hubbard is in the gun alongside Sam Martin. Assuming that Kai Colon is okay injury-wise, as Hubbard passes to O'Neal, and O'Neal makes a nice catch. Hun trying to strip the ball, but they'll settle for a gain of 1 for Eric O'Neal. 5th catch, I believe, for the tight end. And good left-hand catch there from number 9. Sean Childs comes in and finishes him off. Be 2nd and 8. Eric O'Neal on the end around. And O'Neal gets inside the 50. It'll set up a 3rd and about 3. O'Neal 6'3", 225, tight end, defensive end. He's the H-back on offense. Staten Island kid. He's a tremendous basketball player as well. His brother played college football at Columbia. They didn't get him the ball much last week, but Coach Whitehead was pretty clear that they were going to feed number 9 here in this game, and he has been a focal point of the offense in the passing game. Lines up as a tight end here on this play. Fake the handoff does Hubbard. Crosses body, Hubbard overshoots his man, but a flag comes out. Ahmad Dixon tied up with Lewis Fry in the air there, and Fry looked like he came down pretty hard. It might be one of those that looks worse than it was, and the referee does pick up the flag. They were going to call a personal foul on the dangerous hit there by Ahmad Dixon, but I think the referee, wisely so, puts the flag in his pocket, and it'll just bring up a straight 4th and 2. 2:49 to play. On 4th down, Hubbard hands to Martin. Martin might be short. He needed 2 yards. I think he might have only gotten 1.5. Sean Childs makes the stop, and it is enough to halt the Paramus Catholic drive. And for all intents and purposes, seal another win in the books for the Raiders, as Todd Smith once again finds himself in the win column for this Hun football program. Week after week, turning more heads here in Princeton. Athletic Director Bill Quirk down there on the sideline as well for Hun. First and 10 for the Raiders, and victory formation as Linez will kneel it down. And we will tick the remaining seconds away for another Hun School of Princeton win. Schedule for the Raiders: beat the Kiski School. Cheshire Academy is next week for Hun. I'll play the Kiski School again at Kiski. Wyoming Seminary as well. And the Brunswick School. Not much on the road this year for the Hun School of Princeton. Getting word that Texas A&M beat Florida, number 4 Florida. Sure that we've got some college football fans watching our broadcast here, certainly with some future college studs. But getting word from our stat man up here in the booth. Good football Saturday here in mid-October. Another kneel down for Marco Linez. And they might be forced to punt it here, or they'll just kneel it here on 4th down because the clock stops at the change of possession. Anyway, Paramus Catholic will drop to 0-2 on the season. And that will do it. Hun School of Princeton, 48. Paramus Catholic, 20. The Raiders pick up right where they left off last week. 116 points in 2 games for Todd Smith's Hun School Raiders, as John Whitehead and Todd Smith, those are the 2 head coaches. Whitehead on the right in the camo hat, Todd Smith on the left. exchange pleasantries after the game here, as there are officially zeros on the board. And the final score, again, 48-20, Hun over Paramus Catholic. So that will just about do it for our coverage here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Again, thanks to our crew, Kyle Castoria and Ethan Carpenter on camera, Dylan DeSimone, our director, Simon Rosenwasser here with you. And we'll see you next time on PBPSN. Hun 2-0, Paramus Catholic 0-2. 48-20 your final here from Princeton, and we'll see you next time.